What happens when 5,000 pounds of unstoppable force collides with the king of the savannah? It's the clash of titans, a battle of brute strength versus razor-sharp cunning. In one corner, the living tank with skin-like armor and a horn that can pierce through steel. In the other, the apex predator is a deadly strategist with a pride that can take down elephants. But when these two giants cross paths, who survives? And who walks away the true king of the wild? Would you like me to proceed with the next section? Meet nature's living tank, the rhinoceros. A creature built like a battering ram with skin as thick as armor and a horn that can slice through steel. This beast isn't just big, it's a freight train of pure muscle. Weighing in at 5,000 pounds and able to charge at 30 miles per hour, a charging rhino is like a sledgehammer on four legs. But beneath that fearsome exterior lies a surprisingly complex animal. Rhinos are calm, solitary giants, content to graze in peace until provoked. When threatened, they transform into unpredictable, territorial juggernauts. Their horn? It's not just for show. Made of solid keratin, the same substance as our fingernails, it's a deadly weapon capable of going through predators, vehicles, even each other. A rhino's charge is less about hunting and more about survival. And when 5,000 pounds of muscle goes into overdrive, not even the king of the savannah is safe. Now, meet the king of the savannah, the lion. A symbol of raw power, crowned as nature's apex predator. But in the world of predators, muscle alone doesn't guarantee victory. A lone lion is deadly, but a coordinated pride? That's a well-oiled killing machine. In a realm where size and strength rule, the lion brings one more weapon to the battlefield strategy. Each lion packs a formidable arsenal, 400 pounds of explosive muscle, a 650 psi bite force that can crush bone, and claws as sharp as daggers, capable of ripping through thick hides. But it's not just brute force that makes the lion lethal. It's how they work together. Every hunt is a carefully orchestrated assault, flanking, ambushing, isolating the weakest target. They target vital points, the throat, spine, and underbelly, and when they strike, it's swift, silent, and merciless. In this savannah battlefield, the lion reigns supreme not just because of its strength, but because it thinks like a tactician and strikes like a commander. Clash of titans, who holds the upper hand? It's raw power versus predatory precision, but in a face-to-face clash, who truly holds the upper hand? On one side, the rhino, a living tank armed with a devastating battering ram. That horn isn't just for show. It's a spear of solid keratin that can shatter bones and puncture through flesh like a lance. One well-aimed strike could send a lion flying, bones cracking on impact, but that's if the rhino can make contact. On the other side, the lion. A master of precision strikes, claws sharp enough to slice through thick hide, fangs built for tearing through tendons, and a mind wired for finding weak spots. While the rhino relies on brute strength, the lion plays a different game targeting vital points: throat, spine, belly. A single misstep, and that 5,000-pound tank could become a massive, immobile target. It's a battle of power versus precision. The rhino's charge is a battering ram, unstoppable but predictable. The lion's attack is surgical, quick, calculated, and deadly. But in the wild, it's not just about strength. It's about who can land the first strike and who can survive the last. In the wild, survival isn't just about strength or speed. Sometimes the true deciding factor is the battlefield itself. In the open plains, the rhino is an unstoppable force. With a clear line of sight and no obstacles in its way, it can reach top speed in seconds, a 5,000-pound battering ram with one target in mind. With nowhere to hide, a lion would need to rely on sheer agility to avoid that lethal charge. But one misstep and it's game over. But in the dense bush, the playing field changes. Here, the rhino's size becomes its greatest disadvantage. The lion is a master of stealth, a shadow that can move silently, unseen until it's too late. In tight, crowded terrain, the lion has the upper hand, striking from behind and vanishing into the brush before the rhino can react. And then there are water holes, nature's meeting grounds and danger zones. In deeper water, the rhino has the advantage. Its sheer size makes it nearly immovable, and its horn can turn the shallows into a deadly trap. But lions know better than to risk deep water. With nowhere to run, the king of the savannah. So who holds the upper hand? It all depends on where the fight takes place. In the open plains, the rhino rules. In the dense bush, the lion reigns supreme. And at the water's edge, it's anyone's game. These two titans don't often cross paths. But when they do, it's nothing short of a battlefield. In one jaw-dropping encounter, a pride of lions set their sights on a lone rhino calf. The calf is isolated, unprotected, and surrounded. The lions move in for the kill. But then the mother arrives. With a horn that can pierce through solid bone and a charge that can topple a jeep, a mother rhino is a force of nature, and when her calf is in danger, she's unstoppable. In the wild, even the fiercest predators know when to retreat, but not every encounter ends in a standoff. In some cases, a lone rhino may not be so lucky. Lions have been documented taking down rhino calves, especially in times of drought or famine when prey is scarce and desperation takes over. Lions are opportunistic hunters. If they can isolate a young or weak rhino, they'll take the risk. But they know a full-grown rhino is a dangerous target. One wrong move, and they could end up on the receiving end of that horn. And that's exactly what happened in this shocking encounter. A lioness learned the hard way that rhinos aren't easy prey. With a single charge, the rhino sent her flying, and the rest of the pride backed off. Raw power, calculated precision. When these two giants clash, the battlefield trembles. But in the end, it's not just about who's stronger, it's about who can strike first and survive the last. In the wild, no battle happens in isolation. While the rhino and lion duke it out, other predators and scavengers lie in wait, eyes gleaming, claws ready. Enter the hyenas, nature's opportunists. They may not take on a full-grown rhino or lion, but a wounded one? That's a different story. If a lion suffers a blow from a rhino's horn, the hyenas will smell blood from miles away. A wounded king is easy prey for a hungry pack. And then there are the vultures' nature's cleanup crew. They don't hunt, but they're experts at waiting. They follow the scent of blood, circling overhead, waiting for one wrong move. Whether it's a fallen calf or a wounded lion, they swoop in when the dust settles. But not every bystander is a scavenger. Some are giants, and they don't take kindly to chaos. Elephants are known to chase off both lions and rhinos, especially if they feel their calves are threatened. In a battlefield as unpredictable as the savannah, even a clash between a rhino and a lion could draw in these colossal enforcers. In the wild, battles aren't just one-on-one. Their ripple effects are a chain reaction of violence, desperation, and survival. And for the lion and the rhino, even a victorious fighter may still end up as prey. Before we crown a winner in this epic showdown, let's dive into some wild, jaw-dropping facts about these two colossal combatants. First up, the rhino. Did you know that despite weighing over 5,000 pounds, a rhino can run faster than most of us can sprint? That's right, this tank on legs can hit speeds of up to 30 miles per hour. And what about the king of the jungle? You might think lions spend all day on the hunt, but in reality, they're the ultimate nappers. That's right, lions are power nappers, snoozing for up to 20 hours a day. With speed, strength, and killer instincts, these two titans of the wild are both built for battle. But in the end, which one truly dominates the savannah? So, after all that power, all that fury, who truly takes the crown in this epic showdown? Is it the unstoppable tank with a horn that can shatter bone? Or the cunning king whose jaws are built to crush and kill? But before you decide, remember, in the wild, no battle is ever as simple as it seems. Strength can falter, speed can fail, and even the mightiest can fall to the unexpected. Now it's your turn to weigh in. Drop a comment below and tell us, who would you bet on in a one-on-one clash? The rhino or the lion? And why? For more jaw-dropping animal face-offs, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit that bell to stay wild with us.